She is working on her Chromebook. Okay, so if we have a Venn diagram here we have, if we look at this circle, let me grab some colored pencils out so I can do. If we look at each of the circles, that's telling us how many people are in these different categories. So if I want to know how many people like rock music from this Venn diagram, I have to look at anyone in this circle. Okay. So if I wanted to know how many people like rock music, how many would that be? Exactly. You just add the numbers to it.
6 plus 17.
So if we add that up, we would get 44. Okay. And if we wanted to know how many people liked rap music, that would be this circle. And we would still add up those numbers. So 24 people just like rap music. 1 likes rap and country. 7 people like all of them, rap, country, and rock. And 11 people like rock and rap. So if we wanted to look at rap, we would have to add up all of these. So it would be 11 plus 7. Sorry?
43 for rap.
Okay, you added it up. All right. Oops, my pencil broke. 43, you say? And then the last one, country. Okay, so if I add that up, 8 plus 7 plus 1 plus 17, that gives us 33. Did you forget one?
Yeah.
Okay, then we have these other little categories. We were talking about them a little bit. So this one means this middle number, 7 people like all of these different types of music. And then we also have these overlapping, where rap and rock overlap. So how many people like rock and rap? Rock and rap. We have to look at this overlap. So that would be 11 and 7. That would be 18. Do you agree with that? Okay, and let's take out another color. What about country and rock? So this overlap. How many like country and rock? Stay with me. We just started. Did you get it figured out?
Yeah, they took them both.
Awesome. So we're just talking about we're just doing this first problem. We're just looking at the Venn diagram. So if I am looking at how many people like country and rock, that's 8 plus 7. So that's 15. And let's find one more color. If I want to know how many people like rap and country, that's this overlap. So 7 and 1. So 8 people like rap and country. Okay, does that make sense how we were reading that? Okay, so the first question we need to read from the diagram is how many total people are represented? How do you think we should figure that out? Add them all up. Good. So we're going to add up all of these pieces. 18 plus 11 plus 7 plus 8 plus 1 plus 24 plus 17. So I'm just going to type that in. 18 plus 11 plus 24 plus 1 plus 17 plus 8 plus 7. So that gives us 86 people.
There's only one person that likes rap in country.
There's actually 8 people that like rap and country.
But there's only one box.
There's only one person that just likes rap and country. Yeah, so 7. So that's tricky. This is kind of tricky. If it's this box, we have to look at that center part too, because this part is included in both of those circles. Good. Okay, so we have 86 total people. So we just add up all of the numbers. Okay, how many people like country? So country, and that can include this part. So country is this whole circle. So anyone in this circle still counts as country. So it's going to be 17 plus 8 plus 7 plus 1. And we added that up already. That gives us 33. Okay, questions on that? So anybody in the country circle gets counted in how many people like country. All right. The next question down here, number 3, is asking about a probability. So when we're talking about probabilities, we write it like this: the probability of this happening. Okay, so the probability that someone likes rap, we're gonna write it like this. Okay, probability that somebody likes rap, and a probability is a part over a whole. Okay, so what is the whole? How many total people are here? Well, we just answered that, right? There's 86 total people. So the whole, the total people goes on the bottom. And then we need to know how many people like rap. Well, that's anyone in this green circle. Anyone who likes rap is in this circle. And we added that up already. That's 43. So 43 out of 86 people like rap. And when we're doing probabilities, we like to write them as a decimal. So the probability that somebody likes rap in this group, we just take this fraction and we put it as a decimal. So 43 divided by 86, and that's 0.5. So the probability is 0.5. If we converted that to a percentage, what would that be? You guys know how to do that? Take a decimal to a percent. You know how? So you just multiply by 100, or you move the decimal twice. So this would be the same as 50%. But I want you to write it as a decimal. So the probability that somebody would like rap in this group is 0.5. Okay, question so far? We're okay? All right. Next, question number 4. If one person is chosen at random, what is the probability that that person will like country or rock music? So when we're looking at this, we are going to be looking at country, so this part of the circle, country or rock, but not both. It can't be both. Okay? So country or rock. When we're saying or, we're not going to include the overlap. Does that make sense? So this person, we're seeing if we picked, oh, thank you. Thanks. So country, this part, or rock, but not both. Not the overlap. So country or rock, we're going to add up these numbers. So it would be 17 plus 1 plus 18 plus 11. That's where these numbers are coming from here. over our total. So 17 plus 1 plus 18 plus 11, that's 47 people out of 86. That's the probability that someone will like country or rock, but not both. So 47 divided by 86 gives us 4.5. I'm going to round to 2 decimal places, so I'm going to go to the third decimal. That's a 6. It's bigger than 5, so I'm going to round up to 0.55. So the probability in this group that somebody likes country or rock is 0.55. Does that make sense? Okay. All right, let's do this last one together. If one person is chosen at random, what is the probability that the person will like country and rock music? So what part will we highlight now? It has to be country and rock. So if we look at our picture, where are we going to highlight? What numbers will we include? Good, 7 and 8. Good, this part is and, because this part of the circle is in rock music and it's in country. So that's the only pieces that we can have. So we can have 8 plus 7 over our total number of people, which is 86. So 15 over 86. 15 divided by 86 gives me 17.174. This third decimal place is smaller than 5, so I'm going to round down to 0.17. So this will be 0.17. The probability that we will find someone that likes country and rock is 0.17. Okay, questions on that? Do you have any questions? You seem distracted. Are you okay? You're fine? Okay. Okay. All right, so what I want to do, so I think you guys can do the rest of the problems like this. The next couple problems make you draw a Venn diagram. So I want to practice on the next one, and then I'm going to let you guys work. So it's kind of a little bit tricky. They give us the Venn diagram, and then we have the numbers. We have 100 people, and they were asked if they liked math, science, or social studies. Everyone answered that they liked at least one, and then we have some numbers. So let's not start labeling quite yet. We need to think through, because if we add all these numbers up, it's going to be way bigger than 100. Okay, some of these people are getting counted twice. So we just need to reason through what number goes where. So it says 56 people like math. So I know that if it's math, this math circle has to include 56 people. So I'm going to put a 56 by the math, but not in the circle, okay? Because I don't know exactly where everyone fits yet. And then this is misspelled, so I'm going to fix it. Science has an E at the end. It says 43 people like science, so I'm going to put a 43 here to help me get started. And then it says 35 people like social studies. So this circle here with social studies, I need to fit 35 people in there. Okay. All right. So then we have some information that I'm not going to write yet because I don't know exactly where it's going to fit. It says 18 people like math and science. So that's going to be here. Math and science is here. But I have 2 different spots. I don't know where the 18 fits. Okay, so I'm going to hold off. But I know 18 people fit here, math and science. 10 people fit here. They like social studies and science. Okay, but we can't put a number yet because we don't know where the 10 people go. And then right here, it says 12 people like math and science, and social studies, excuse me. So that goes here, but I don't quite know where those 12 people fit. So we need to start with this number. It says 6 like all 3. So where should we put that? Good, right in the center. So we can start with that number. 6 people like all 3 subjects. So we're good. Now we can go back and fill the overlaps. So this one says 18 people like math and science, but we are including these 6 people into our math and science. So how many people just like math and science? How are we going to figure that out?
Subtract the number.
Good, subtract. So we're going to take this number, 18, and we're going to subtract 6, and then there will be 18 total people in here. So let's do that. What's 18 minus 6? That's 12, right? So if I do 12 people here, 12 people like math and science only, 6 people like math and science and social studies, but they count as people who like math and science. So these 18 people like math and science. There's just 6 of those people that also like social studies. Does that make sense? Okay. All right, so how are we going to figure out what number goes in this hole right here? Good, 10 minus 6. We have 10 people here. We already have 6 here, so that must be 4. Good. This is kind of like a Sudoku kind of puzzle. All right, very good. So now we have one more hole over here to fit. How are we going to figure out how many people fit here? How many? 6. Good. How did you figure that out?
Subtract the number.
Good. So I have 12 in this hole. Good. And then subtract 6. Perfect. Okay, now I need to go through and fill in these bigger holes over here. So how will I find what number goes here? How will we do that? We need to figure out how many people just like math. They don't like anything else. They just like math. Good. Can you explain more in detail?
No, I'm trying to do this. I'm assuming you subtract 6 from the 43.
Okay. So I think the 43 goes with science. Let's start with math over here. So we're going to take 56, like you said, and we're going to subtract 12 and 6 and 6 because the people in this circle have to add up to 56. So if we take off these people, we will have these people left over. So 56 minus 12, oh, that's glaring, minus 6, that gives us 32 people. So there's 32 people who only like math. There's 12 people who like math and social studies. There's 18 people. Okay, we got it. All right, so we're going to do the same thing here. So we're going to take 43, the total number of people who like science, and we're going to subtract off 12 people who like science and math. We're going to subtract off 6 people who like all subjects, and we're going to subtract off the 4 people who like science and social studies, and that will give us 21 people just like science. And then we just have one more box to fill in, I guess circle. So we're going to do 35 minus 6 minus 6 minus 4, and that gives us 19. So we have 19 people who just like social studies. All right, now this is filled out. Let's just double check. So I'm going to add up all of my boxes and make sure I end up with 100 people. If I don't, then I probably have done something wrong. So let's just double check before we answer all of the questions wrong. So 32 plus 12 plus 21 plus 4 plus 19 plus 6 plus 6. That gives us 100. So we have represented the correct number of people. And then, do you guys think that you can do the rest of the questions? Okay, let's do a few of them together. How many people like math only? Only math. Good, and how do you know that? Good, these people they only like math. Okay, good, so we'll put that there. They aren't included in anything else. How many people like science only? We can just look there, good. 21, oops, there we go, 21. All right, if one person is chosen at random, what is the probability that the person will like science and math? They have to like both of them. So I'm gonna write this, the probability of science and math. Where will that be? Sorry? I think I heard you say it. What did you say? Okay. What's the probability that somebody likes science and math? Yep. So that will help us. How many people like science and math? This one, yes, there's 12, but remember, don't forget these middle people. They like science, math, and social studies. Good, so 18. And we need the probability, so that's our part. 18 over our whole. How many total people are there? Does this mean 100? 100 is right. I think that's right. So up here, oops, 100. There's 100 total people, and we also added that up. So 18 divided by 100 is our probability. So that will be 0.18. That's our probability that we'll find someone who likes science and math. Okay, question. Okay. Let's do one more together, and then I think you guys can do the rest of them. If one person is chosen at random, what is the probability that a person will like only math? So all we have to do is we have to take, well, we know there's 50, it's not 50. Good. So 32 people like only math, that's in our circle, over our total number of people, which is 100. So this is probability of math only. And then we'll get 0.32. That's our probability. All right. You think you can go from there? Okay. I will let you work for a minute, and I will come and check and see how it's going. And then once you get this done and submitted, I will grade it. And if you want to wait and see how you do, and if you want to fix anything, you could do that. Or once you're done with this, you can go. Okay? All right.